It's gonna be called rsa-pop-quiz. So with this challenge, it says we have to open up this netcap port that says RSA info. So I'm assuming it's just a quiz about RSA. So if we click on this and then we go on iTerm and we start the challenge, we get, it says, is this feasible? Q and P produce the following. Yes, you could produce Q and Q because P times Q is equal to N. So you press yes, and then time to show what you got. And it's asking us what we do need to do. So with this is like RSA what equals N, and it's basically just P times Q. So all you need to do is just P times Q. So this times Q, which is that, is gonna be this value right there, and we just input it right there. Outstanding. Now P and N, is this possible? Yes, because if you're able to get P and Q from multiplying, then it'll just be a simple division. So yes. And then so it'll be N, so P times Q is that, so it'll be that divided by P, and it'll be this value right there. Outstanding. Now we get this problem. Produce the following P and Q. Is this possible? Now, so if you guys aren't familiar with RSA, you could do this. So this one's gonna be a little bit more different. We get E, N, and Q. So if you look up to solve P, we need N divided by Q, but we don't have either of them, so it'll be no. So P and Q proves the following. Totient of N. So what's totient of N? Totient of N RSA. The totient. So totient is P minus 1 and Q minus 1. So key generation, as a Euler totient, the totient is then calculated as P. Okay, yeah. So that's, you could get that, but you just gotta do that I guess that set of problems. So it'll be a yes. So yes. Time to show what you got. So we have to solve this. So it's P minus 1 and then times Q minus 1. Q minus 1, and that's the value right there, and we put it inside here. Outstanding. Now we get this. Is this feasible? Ciphertext. Is this feasible to do if we need to solve for ciphertext? So it's gonna be a yes, because if you look up, oh I think I messed it up. Oh yeah, because I pressed a different value, so we have to try this again. Is it the same values? 6, 0. Yeah, it is. So it's gonna be yes. Show me what you got. It's gonna be this value right there. Yes. And it's gonna be, you could probably write this programmatically, but I'm just doing it on the spot, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. Is this feasible? No. Is this feasible? Yes. And then what's the totient, which is what we got right here. And then is this feasible? Yes, because I think ciphertext calculate, ciphertext RSA, and ciphertext is generally formula. Ciphertext is M E mod N. So we have E and N, and M is basically the value that we're trying to figure out. N, E, and then P. N, E, N. In plain text, yeah. So we could do this. So it'll be yes. Time to show what you got. So we have to generate the ciphertext. So ciphertext is basically M, the numeric or the plain text message, what we have. And then E is basically So RSA calculator. We just do this. We have E right here, 3. Check the inverse. Plain text N. That's N. Where's N? And then totient, and then P is basically M. Then we want to be able to calculate ciphertext. Oh. So, oh my god, let's do this. So it's gonna be M to the power of E. Online calculator. And then Desmos. Yeah, scientific calculator. That's what we need. Oh yeah, but it's whatever. We have to redo this all over again. But if I remember, it's gonna be what? M is basically the plain text. Oh my god, hopefully it's not a huge number. Plain text is this one right here. To the power of, and oh my god. E, which is 3. And then mod. Modulus. Modulus and Desmos. Mod. What's mod? Mod and that's not gonna do it. But I think you could use Python. Yeah, base. Yeah, we could use modulus. 3 arguments. Yeah, you could use modulus right here. So we could probably use pow and just fill in these values right here. Online Python. Pow. Then print. Hopefully the numbers aren't too big. Hopefully. So we just gotta delete that. Do P, which is the plain text. Plain text is basically this right here. And then it's gonna be to 3. And then we wanna do it by N, modulus N, which is this value right here. And then we're gonna run it. It's gonna be that value. So now if we do this all over again, we have to redo this. Yes. And then what is it? We have it right here. And then is this feasible? Yes. And then we gotta put that right there. 9308. Is this feasible? No. Is this feasible? Yes. And then we got the quotient right here. Quotient. Is this feasible? Yes. Then ciphertext is right here. ciphertext. Okay, outstanding. So we got it. Ciphertext, E, and then N. Is this enough to produce the following? No, because I think how to achieve plain text RSA. Formula. CDN. CDN. We don't have C, a cipher. We don't have D. So yeah, so it's gonna be no. Q, P, and E. Is this feasible? We have to be able to solve for D. So solving. So we have to solve for D. So let's see. Solving for D, RSA. P, Q, and E. P, Q, and E. So it's possible. So it is possible. Is this feasible? Yes. Now we gotta solve it. Oh my god, yeah, you gotta solve this. Hopefully I can find it right here. Solving for D. So we have this, so hopefully this helps. Q, P, and then E. Calculate D. Oh, we got it right here. So let's calculate that and then that. So oh my god, let's redo this again and see. Oh my god, yes. What's N? N is basically I have to go back over here. That value right there. Is this feasible? Yes. And then we gotta get Q again. Q is basically that value 9308. Is this feasible? No. Is this feasible? Yes. And then totient this time. We gotta look where the totient is located. Totient is that. And now, is this feasible? Yes. Enter your ciphertext. And then we gotta look for ciphertext right here. Oh, my eyes. Plain text. Ciphertext. Is this feasible? I think we put no. And then is this feasible? Yes, which we just did right now. Just copy that right there. Is this feasible? We got P, E, and N. P, E, and N. P, E, and N. We solve for plain text. So, solving for plain text. RSA. We gotta have ciphertext and then D mod N. Ciphertext. We got the ciphertext right here, and then D, which we don't have, but we have everything else to find that. And N. Okay, so yes. Okay, now we gotta do the plain text again. So let's go right here. Go right there. Gotta fill out the squares right here. So we got P, and then we got ciphertext E and N. P. Oh, did I copy N? Yeah, and then calculate Q, and then calculate, I think that. Check if calculate D, and E we already know it's this right here, 65537. And then calculate D, which is that 222, which should match our D value right here. We don't have D, but now we have the C value right here, the ciphertext. And then ciphertext, we want to decrypt it. And then we get M value right here. All right then, so that will be our M value, but we have to redo this all over again, which we're gonna do right now. Is this feasible? Yes. And then we have to go all the way back over here before that. Is this feasible? Yes. And then we gotta go all the way where it started. Q is that value right there. Is this feasible? PQ? No. Yes. Totient is that value right there. Is this feasible? Cipher? I think yeah, no totient. Is this feasible? Yes. And then we got the value right here. Yes. Is this feasible? Plain text? No. Is this feasible? Yes. And then we go all the way up to D. And D is this value right here. Is this feasible? EN? Yes. And then we gotta put in the plain text what we just got right here. And hopefully that solves our challenge. If you convert the last plain text to hex and ASCII, you'll get what you need. If you convert the last plain text to a hex number, convert to ASCII. And then from what? Oh, convert to hex. Convert to hex. String to hex, I guess. I guess that's what it said. Plain text. Convert. Wait. String to hex code. And then what it says right here. And then hex ASCII. This doesn't make sense though. It says convert. If you convert the plain text long to bytes. Fuck. What's that thing called? CyberChef. It said, what did it say? Show me what you got. If you convert the last plain text to a hex number. Hex to hex. Then ASCII. What the hell? This is where ChatGPT comes into play. Because I don't know what it's asking. ChatGPT. You convert, then you'll find what you need. Yeah, what I found in ChatGPT is not that really good at conversion, so hex. So that was illegal. So if we go back to right here and put it right here, this should solve it, please. Oh, what the hell? We solved it. So yeah, I guess this got better, but this was the solution to it. So anyway, that's about it. Hope you guys learned something new. I know I did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.